This is AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. Fight day for Hopey Price and the rest of the bill, joined by Dave Coldwell. You're all okay, yeah? I heard you had a little mare when you went for a walk.
Yeah, we're all right.
How are you finding Saudi Arabia? The experience is nearly over.
I can't wait for tonight. I'm so excited for tonight. I woke up this morning, I was like, it's fight day. This fight is huge. The whole event's huge. It's a brilliant experience for Hope. Can't wait for the fight. We're just already, though, trying to plot and plan what we're going to do for a full day tomorrow because we go home on Monday.
How's Hopey cope with it all? Because second professional fight, this is weird, to be honest. Being blatantly honest, this is strange. So how's he kind of soaked it all up but remained focused at the same time?
Do you know what? Really well is he just took it all in his stride. He's a really cool kid. It's like he's got ice in his veins. He didn't get nervous for his debut. He was cool for his debut, and this is the same. He just soaked it up. Yesterday the weigh-in was brilliant. I was saying to him, I said, the experience and just getting to get weighed in front of all them people looking out, I was like, where we are, the setting and everything. The fact that we're in Saudi was great. Usyk came when we was at breakfast. Usyk arrived, came over, gave us a hug, and I introduced him to Hope, and he says, "Oh no, I know." I said, "I watch. Give Hope a hug and says, good luck for tonight." Things like that, because we look up to people like that, and Hope certainly does. That's all priceless, and that's all part of the memory bank, and that's all part of the experience that he's gathering. And it can only be a great thing for a 19-year-old boy to be soaking this up.
Well, he listed his amateur sort of achievements to me yesterday, so he's done a lot in the game already.
Yeah, he's very, very highly decorated amateur. Fantastic prospect. I think 7 national titles, 2 European golds, a World Championship silver, and a Junior Olympics gold. That's some roster, that is. But it's a completely different game now, and he's learning and he's developing, and he's learning the pro side of the game, and he's enjoying it, and he's great to have in the gym. I've said before, he's fit in really well. His personality is very similar to a Jordan Gill, where he's just no trouble whatsoever. Same as him and Fowler get on. Fowler and Jordan have really took Hopey under the wings, and it's a great fit.
Just lastly on him, when is he going to be on in terms of TV time?
I don't know. He's a live float, so what that means is we're praying for some knockouts. If get a couple of knockouts, then he could, his timing could be great. It could be on just before AJ, it could be on earlier on in the night. I don't know. But if they all went the distance, he might not get on. And if he don't get on, listen, we knew what a live float was before we came out here. What I said to Eddie when Eddie said to me what it was, I said, listen, the experience for him to come out here will be amazing. It's something that you would want to do. Fight week, the workout, that was a great experience for him. All them eyes on him. The press conference with literally 200 or 300 cameras on him. When you look at how he was on his debut, when he did the press conference, I think it was at Liverpool, it was Manchester, it was, and he was nervous and he was stumbling his words.
Now, when he goes back to 3 or 4 cameras.
Yeah. So the press conference, what he did the other day, was brilliant. He spoke really well, handled that really well. Again, that's what I'm saying, the experience and what you're saying there. When he goes to a normal show now, he'll be flying. So it's all part of his development. So if he doesn't get on, we'll be devastated. It'll be gutted. But he's very level-headed and he understands. He's already said, listen, experience that I'm getting out here, it's only going to do me good anyway. So if that's the case, then he'll box December 19th as planned.
Well, let's hope he does get on tonight, and best of luck to him if he does. Away from him, I'm gathering everyone's thoughts on 2 topics, 2 major talking points of yesterday. Firstly, Ruiz'S coming in at £283. Do you think that was genuine? Did he have a gold bar in his underpants or something?
It's hard to say, because when I saw him at the workout, I know he had a top on. It was quite a tight top. But I remember saying, I was really impressed, because I thought all these rumours about him dropping loads of weight. I said, to me, he doesn't look any lighter. I thought it might be a little bit lighter, but it looked more solid. Whereas in the first fight, it was kind of like jelly fat, where when he's moving, it's rippling, it's moving around. It looked tighter, and I thought his conditioning looked better. Now he's got on the scales, and again he's worn a top, so we don't know, we can't see. It could have put weight on. I mean, I don't know if he's put some muscle on, but he could have. You can't, to put on the amount of weight he's put on. It's not all muscle, because he can't do that in between. It's very hard to do that in between the dates of those two fights, especially when you think he's been out enjoying himself, then coming to the gym. That's not all muscle, but he might have put on 2-3 pound of muscle. He might also have had a couple of bottles of 2 litres waters, right? 2 litre water is about 4 pound in weight. Yeah. So he has a couple of them down him.
And a burrito.
And a lunch. I think he said he'd had lunch before I got on scale. So if he's had a lunch, had a couple of bottles of water, he's added some weight on there. I'm not saying he's not everything what it was the first time round, but it might only be, realistically, it might only be half a stone, a quarter a stone heavier. And then the rest has been made up with just mind games. The rest, it could have had something in his pocket. It's been done before. It's not a new trick, having some weights in your pockets or something strapped to you. So yeah, I wouldn't read too much into that, because I think that might be something to get into AJ's head and to take him out of his comfort zone. But also, the reason why I won't read too much into it is because in the first fight, AJ was heavier, Ruiz was lighter, so the difference was less in weight. But AJ still felt Ruiz's punches. So if there's a bigger gap, he's going to feel his punches anyway. It's still the same. It's not like, last time AJ could take his punches and there wasn't an effect, but this time he's giving away three stone plus. I don't think he can take that. I don't think he can take that back. Well, he's already showed that in that fight, Ruiz had the power to hurt him. So from that sort of point of view, just whatever their plans was, carry on. As far as AJ is concerned, don't start looking into it too much. The same thing applies. If Ruiz gets on top of you, and if you allow him to land clean blows, he will take you out. So don't allow him to do that. It's the same thing goes. He's not grown. He's not become a taller fighter. AJ still holds the same height and reach over him and everything. It's just that he's heavier, but the weight that it was at last time had an effect in the first fight. So it's not something new.
And the second sort of major talking point yesterday was that Ukad released a statement clearing Dillian Whyte of any wrongdoing. So yeah, your reaction to that?
Ukad are the ones that have caused all this. There's a stipulation in the board agreement with Ukad that says that Ukad, they sign everything off to Ukad, and it must be anonymous between the party that's been found out and the promoter or whatever, right, and Ukad. But everybody else can't find out, including the opposition, which is a bad clause, and that shouldn't have been allowed in the first place. And that's a clause that needs taken out. UCAD and the board need to get their heads together and have that clause taken out, because you can't not allow, if you fail a drugs test, you can't not allow your opponent not to know anything about it. But the fact that UCAD have now, it's come out that there were contamination amounts in there, but yet they've let all this speculation and all this, where being fair to the fans that were criticising and people. I know it's harsh on Dillian, and I get it. It's because you want people to believe you straight away, but it's human nature. When there's whispers that somebody's done something or whatever, and you don't know, and nobody's coming out and saying stuff, then people's minds are going to race. That's what happens. Your mind races. It's the unknown, so you start thinking of all different. Well, what can it be? But right from the start, Dillian said straight away, wait till it comes out. When it comes out, you'll see what we're talking about. You'll see what we're talking about. But he's not able to say anything, and because of that, where he's been silenced, it's allowed Dillian's name to get dragged through the mud, which isn't fair on Dillian Whyte. He's lost his ranking with the WBC. That needs addressing straight away. his career has just basically been put through the trash, and his name's been put through the trash because nobody could come out and say anything. That's wrong. If something's going to get leaked, that there's a cloud over something, but you're not going to clarify it, it's wrong. He should have been able to defend himself and come out straight away, or it should have. Ukad have come out and said something. It's just the whole situation needs addressing.
I do agree with that because, as you said, someone's career and reputation can get damaged from it. So it'll be interesting to see what Dillian and Eddie do next to regards with Ukad.
Something needs to be done about it. Something needs to be done about it because that's a man's reputation. Listen, we all know that stuff can be contaminated. You know, it's quite easy because a lot of supplement companies, they have your batch tested stuff and you have your stuff that's not batch tested, made in the same warehouse or made. You don't know. You know, it's a very confusing and cloudy subject, the whole thing, and it all needs marrying up and it all needs sorting out. But when you're coming down to reputations are everything, you know, and the mental stress that it's put onto Dillian. I'm not being funny, it's coming in at career heaviest, and people saying about the shape he's in. Does it really surprise you? You know, when you've got, you know, as a normal person that's going through a lot of stress and trauma in the normal day-to-day work life, if you're having some shit at home or whatever, it affects them when they go to work. So can you imagine trying to train properly? You know, you're just going to be ticking over, aren't you? You just be trying to go through motions, but you're trying to use it as a distraction, but you can't focus on use it as proper training, get yourself in shape, not eat shit. When we're all down and gloomy and got, you know, pissed off, depressed, we all eat. We eat, or some people drink or whatever. You all look for that little bit of escape. So is it a real surprise that he's coming at a career heaviest and he looks out of shape? No, he's not. But he's had the opportunity to come and box. You know, that's what he is. He's a fighter. He's had the opportunity to fight on this bill. So they've took it 3 weeks notice or whatever it is. He wants to fight. There you go. You know, at least once he's fought tonight, he'll feel like his career's back on track. There's something going forward again. If he hadn't fought tonight, then he's got to wait until the new year. That's a long period, that is. So at least things can start moving forward for him. You know.
I think definitely the whole process needs to be changed.
Yeah.
Anyways, Dave Coldwell, thank you very much for your time here on Fight Day. Best of luck with Hopi if he gets on, and we hope he does. That wasn't a pun, by the way. That just came in naturally.
Really? Okay.
Is special. Absolute dynamite. Oh my goodness.